Hi. Hi. It's me. Long time no see. Am I right, guys? Long time no see, girlies. Up. Voila. Now you're correct. Now that's better. Oh my god, why we have a hype train? I'm literally here to call someone out. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm sorry. It has been a while. I feel a bit sickish because I'm close to what women have problems with their ovaries, you know what I mean? So I feel very like sluggish, and I will be honest with you, compiling this doc made me feel very fucking sick and nasty. So yeah, I feel like weird, you know? Also, Era, I made my own starting screen. Everything you see has been made by me apart from the overlays and a few emotes, but every credit is in the if you scroll down. Oh putain, I'm so not used to stream anymore. I cannot even properly English. Oh jeez, hell. Okay. First of all, hi guys, welcome back. I will stream today. I try not to make it too long because we try to really keep it like short, precise, consistent, everything. And we will, first of all, for the people that want to read it, while I also do the stuff. I'm gonna give you this, guys. Not this. Oh god. Up. There we go. I'm gonna pin that one time for the homies. There we go. And then let me see if I... First of all, let me have... Because that's gonna irritate me if I have a music with, like, someone speaking. It's gonna make me be like, oh. I'm just gonna do that real quick so that we don't have... like I said, someone singing in the background. That makes me, like, not able to properly read. Gonna lower it because that's not important. It's just a little background noise, the little key jingle for Pepos. This. Hi, game guy. Hello. It's funny how you guys haven't seen me in a while because of bullshit happening, and now I come back to bullshit happening. It's crazy. It's so fucking crazy, guys. This first of all, and then I wanna this because I love you. If you were the worm from Dune, I feed you giant worm food. Let's go. Shai Hulud is my name. And let me put myself here because, like, I am not the main focus of this. Let me put myself there. Là, mon dieu, les gars. Okay, so because I know that some people don't like reading a lot, and I mean it's 34 pages, so gonna be a bit annoying for some people. Like I will not lie, I myself have issues sometimes reading through long docs, so I need to do that over the span of like 2 days at least. So we're just gonna go through it. I will upload it online like I usually do when it comes to serious issues, because I want people to be able to listen to it if they don't want to, like, you know, read it for themselves. So it's gonna be uploaded as usual with bigger issues on my YouTube channel. I didn't realize it was that long. I mean, there was a lot to say about that guy, literally. But yeah, so do not fear like the VOD will be up, but for like so that it stays basically like forever there. I will also upload it on my YouTube channel, which you can find in my socials if you're interested, or else you're just going to look at the VOD afterwards. So to show how much this scumbag has been up to, I'm sorry if you had to like experience this person. It's already crazy. Like, I will go through the whole thing with my experience. I know Erratical will go through their own experience, like they will, from what I understood, but if not, don't like, don't ask for it, but most likely also talk about their own side more in depth with this person. I haven't seen him. I will not lie to you. I haven't seen him in a while. And the last thing I saw is a fundraiser for him and some serious things. And I hope there is no lie about such a serious topic, because of like the amount of lies he already puts up, like, like that he created to get all these people into his like grasp. Like I really hope that the whole cancer thing is not a lie. I hope with everything that it's not a lie, and that the fundraiser is not a scam. And if he really does have that, I am very sorry, and it shouldn't happen to anyone. I'm just saying. But that's the only reason why I heard back. It's also because I saw that, and a radical like messaged me asking if I was one of the axes, and that's how it all started. Hasn't streamed it 8 months. I mean, he very often said he wanted to quit VTubing, so I would not be surprised if he haven't streamed in a while. Grateful for people like you who take the time to put the info out and keep people accountable for their actions. It must have been so taxing going through the info. It was very taxing because of when I saw how many things people, like all the similarities that people shared, just showed, like, that when they went through the same things that I went through, it just showed me that there was this whole pattern, like this whole behavior of him, where I just really see, like, I know, like, if someone starts to be like that, I'm pretty sure he still is doing things like that. But the moment he peaked was very like 2022 to 2023, as far as I saw. And it needs to be called out, because people that do it once, that never get held accountable, they will keep doing that. So let us go through the things that he has done. That you will see a lot of screenshots from my side. But you will also see still a lot of different things, so we can see like the comparison and stuffs like that. I cannot even English, I'm sorry. So basically, he goes by multiple names. The first name I knew him about was maoujay. I don't know if I say that correctly. I'm sorry. I'm French, once again. Jay Ashmeida, I think you say it like that. And then the most recent name change is this one. LxrdAshmedai, or whatever, however you say that. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names again. So I already called him out one time, which was way after our breakup, because of how he has, like, I got messages from people, because one time I posted like art that I regretted drawing, and he was part of the list of people that I regretted drawing because of all the bullshit that he has done. And so I had a few people in my DMs actually also telling me about like the experience they had with him, and so I was compiling what he was doing, but not as much as in depth as this. I was just really talking about my experience. But here in this Google Doc, we really got a few people talking about what is, what he has been doing. And so we will just cover it. So, after 3 years, okay, so I will read just exactly how I wrote it. So, hello there, it's time to call out the sex pest of the community, because that's literally what he is. I did not think I had to do it after 3 years, but it seems he keeps doing it to ease the comprehension for the screenshots. There is me, that I do not censor out, Era, that agreed to be shown, B, and C. We know there are many more women out there that went through this with him, but it's their story to tell, and I ask you to respect their choice. Do not witch hunt, do not harass, and stay safe most of all. So from my side, so I dated Jay for roughly 1 month. The reason why is that I did not give in when he asked for nudes and sexual gratification. So this is the date where we started dating, was July 20th, 2022. But mind you, he was also dating 2 other women during that time frame. So first of all, that's already crazy to know that. First of all, it lasted 1 month, and yeah, and he basically was dating other people during that same time. You will see. I have every proof in there. You will see that that's literally what he was doing. So yeah, basically when we started talking, one time he asked me to if he could see how I look like. And then I send a picture of how I look like, because, I posted also on Twitter and stuff. So showing things like that, I don't mind. And then he was obviously being like, very like, oh my God, permission to simp. Can I have you? And I was like, there is no need to simp. And then he was like, I must keep men away at all times, like just reading that, I will tell you, some things will make me cringe and some things will be a bit hard to kind of read, but it's, you know, I prefer really that everything's there so that people can see. This conversation, so he made me believe during that time that I was his only romantic interest. Again, like as you can see, this is on the 24th of July, 2022. So he made me believe during that time that I was his only romantic interest, saying he never said I love you romantically. Pity there. He was dating someone during May to July 2022, you know? Hello, I'm here for the Google Doc. Hi, I'm Minatia. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, we're just reading it through so that people that don't want to like read it all, because it's long still, so that you can just listen to it. Like you put me on the side, the VOD will be up, the video will be up. You just put me on the side, you work, you do whatever, and I just read everything that is written down to make it a bit easier for a few people. So yeah, he dated me in July to August 2022, and then era from August 22 to 2023, if I understand. I don't know which month exactly, but to 2023. And I'm sure there are more people during those time frames. So we were in a call, and at the end of the call, he said, when I said I love you, he said he wanted to say I love you back, and then he said like, nope, I had to run. I'm sorry, that word scares me, but it's true. Okay, running away again. Good night. I don't know what GTS means, to be honest, because I'm too French for that. Don't wake up till the morning. And I was like, it is okay. Do not say what makes you uncomfortable. And he was like, it's not uncomfortable because it is true. I just never say it. You're my first time romantically saying it, which is ironic because once again, he was with other people in a relationship while he was in a relationship with me. So I think that it's making me laugh because I'm just sitting there now like realizing that he has been cheating, which the first time I did not immediately realize that it was cheating because like you will see on the last message he sent me for the breakup, but he admitted to it basically. This one, trigger warning, it has to do with this guy being very persistent about asking for nudes. And a little context about me is that when I was back in 2022, I have never been romantically involved with a guy or a woman at all. And I never did like anything sexual with people, okay? And he knew that. I told him multiple times. And so he really, really, really tried, especially in a short time of us dating, to get nudes from me. And I show you a few screenshots of, and I will read it. It's very fucking cringe. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, like I said, I leave everything up so that you guys really, really see just how persistent he was. So he was persistent in asking for nudes, which I never provided him. Only slight, not safe for work. So really nothing showing at all. I was inexperienced at that time, so I was not comfortable sharing nudes with someone, especially not that fast. So he was, okay, I'm sorry. Guys, cringe. Everybody cringe one time, let everything out. It's very cringe. So Jay says, babe, let me see you, please. I'm so horn dog for you right now. And I replied, and also this is in August. This is the 1st of August where he sent this. I said, focus, you're playing with your friend after all. And then, like sad face, more of him pressuring me to send some pictures. He was like, baby, can you send me some pics? I want to, let's say, combust to your body today, please, my love. And I was like, I don't know what I can offer more apart from the stuffs I'm not confident enough to show. So I've said that I'm not confident to show. What I meant by that is I already showed him some, like I said, slight suggestive, but no nudes. And I was like, I don't know what more you want from me because I'm not confident and I don't understand anything, And then he says, like, surprise me, baby. I love everything about your body. It can be booty pics, anything. I just want to get the mayonnaise going to you. I put a little sad cat face. Let me think about, let me think, but I am bad at being creative. And then he was like, it doesn't have to be creative, babe. And I was like, I know, but I'm stupid. He says, anything works as long as it's from you. And I said, I'm going to be a disappointment tonight, like many days. And then he said, why do you say that? And then I said, because I really don't know what to send you, even if you tell me anything works. And yeah, I will show the screenshot twice because it's part of a longer conversation. Your messages are not cringe here. I completely understand your perspective here, letting him down kindly and mentioning that you didn't feel comfortable, not sending more, not cringe at all. Yeah, but like the way he talks is cringe as fuck, you know, because I was really setting my boundaries. I really made it clear that I can't send shit like that. I just couldn't. Now I don't care because like like, you know, I'm more open and shit like that. But before it was just not possible, and he did not want to accept that. And you will also see a lot of the time he was only interested in talking sexually, because when I was talking normally about my life, you know, you know, I was in a very bad state of mind during that time, and so were the other people that also came forward and talked about him. And each time we were just talking about, you know, how we felt and things like that. He didn't care. But the moment you talk horny, then he was like, oh, neuron activated, you know, things like that. So there is more pressure, which I think is crazy. He says, baby, I'll trade you a new pic for a booty pic. Help me, I help you, ? And then I reply, I'm gonna go sleep though. I can barely even type properly. And then he says, get sleep, babe. Maybe I'll send you something to wake up to. And I was like, no need to. It will be unfair, you know? So like, I really tried to tell him, like, you don't need to send me anything. Because his tactic, so that you guys understand, is to try, like, he was sending multiple pictures and expecting me to send stuffs back. Which, again, I didn't want to. And then he asked, why would it be unfair? And I said, because I don't send many pics or not good enough ones. And then he says, then how about you wake me up to something, then do it? Can be fair to you? ? Okay, this gave me a brain aneurysm. And then I said, I'm a C, I am shy. God, sorry, this is so fucking cringe. And he writes again, babe, when will I see you? I want to touch myself to your pics as well. And then I was just like, you know, like, because again, trying to make him understand that I don't want to send anything like that. And now comes one of the worst things when he was asking for nudes, guys. And I'm still disgusted, to be honest. So even after a serious talk of someone allegedly sending him nudes, he tried to get nudes out of me, which I think is just disgusting. Please excuse my cringe messages. I feel uncomfy showing this, but I need you to see how he tries to get sexual gratification out of pity. The pics thing is so scary, not gonna lie. When you find out a certain thing, yeah. Definitely seeing the patterns in his tactics, in his messages with you and the others is so gross and manipulative. I feel sorry for everyone involved to him. I am very sorry also for everyone that had to be involved with him, because this guy, and there is worse, guys. We're talking about sexual things. There is worse. It is going to be worse, trust me. So, this is a serious conversation. And since I don't know if he lies or not, I will assume this is more like manipulation than him actually trying to get like pity. So he said that he lost a friend today. And I said, oh no, baby, want to talk about it? And then he was like, it's a stupid reason. I was like, what happened, if I may ask, ? And he was like, not respecting my boundaries is all. She always touches me, even I ask not to send pics and videos, even though I say I'm not interested. Today she just annoyed me because she sent another pic. I told her we couldn't be friends if she doesn't accept boundaries, and now I feel horrible because I'm like one of her only friends, but I tell her all the time how I have feelings for someone, and she says she can't accept it. And then I said, like, that's a valid reason to cut contact. If she cannot respect your boundaries, that is a red flag. If she behaved like that towards others, I can understand why she has no friends. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure he's lying about your ass. I'm sorry. Not to be rude. Not everyone is open. So she should work a bit on that. You did nothing wrong, sweetie, with a little emote. And then he says, I don't know what makes her think sending me nudes and videos would make me interested in her, when I said I'm not attracted to her in that way, but I still feel bad for her. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. You say that while you were pressuring multiple women to send you nudes. This is most likely a lie. I'm sorry. I don't believe that happened. And I said, because many people think men only want their dick because of the behavior of lots of them. That is why. And then he said, yeah, true. And then I said, it sucks that you had to go through that. It's way too ironic. That's what I'm saying. Then he said, it's whatever. To be honest, I have always to tell girls to stop. He literally said, guys, and I quote, it's whatever. To be honest, I have to always tell girls to stop. It almost feels like a daily thing. My guy, my bro, my dude. Voilà. Voilà. Well, that is because you're hot, so of course they would try. From what now I know, I don't believe that. You will see why. You will see why. And then he said, I'm okay. And then I say, Jay, you may think you're okay, but you're very attractive to others. And me, I mean, it was most likely your cousin in those pictures. But let's see more in that doc afterwards. And then Jay says, I tell them about the only person I'm attracted to after I turn them away. And then, like just a people heart, he says, even though she's a little shy bottom. And I was like, And then he says, like, well, it's true. And I was like, excuse me, princess, no one ever saw that much of my skin. So listen, I do not even wear shorts. I do not even wear shorts, just to let you know. Yeah, because that's how much I don't like showing my body. I don't even wear shorts, not even on the hottest days. So that's to tell you. It's okay, shy bottom baby. And then I was like, people emote, listen here, you little stink. And then he says, I'm listening. And then I was like, not my fault. I'm built like a table. And suddenly notice it more because, all the beautiful ladies, pants all the way. That's what I'm talking about. And then he was like, no, I don't care about anyone's body but yours. Okay, keep in mind that all of this conversation is happening from this conversation of where he started to say that a woman was sending him nudes, that he felt bad, and he basically, it's the same time frame. You can see the times. If you go on the doc and you zoom into the image, you see it's still the same date. It's the same date where he started talking at 6:13 p.m. We still go 6:34 p.m. And then 6:43 p.m. Then he says like, no, I don't care about anyone's body but yours. I wish you let me praise your body soon, babe. Putain merde. And then I said, still, I do get self-conscious because, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I never had this issue before because I was never in a relationship. Maybe that's why. And then he says, do you think I wouldn't be attracted to you, to your body? And I was like, no, that's not the issue. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I'm just like, damn, this man could get so much better. No. And then mentally ill table, that's me. And then he says, baby, I want you. And then keep in mind, still same day. And then at 6:52 p.m., he says, I'll stick by your side no matter what. My love, can you send me something sexy? So I'm so turned on right now and I need your help. The same time frame after he told me that he had to reject someone because they were sending him nudes. And he was not okay with that. And he felt bad. And, oh no, he can't. He's so petite and fragile. And then he asks me for nudes. I finish reading the doc and I feel a headache from how manipulative this guy is. For real. For real, though. So. He continues again. Wait, I need to drink some water. I have been very dehydrated the past few days. And then he says, I even tell him, because, like, when he says, my love, can you send me something sexy? I turned on right now. I need your help. I said, that was a sudden 360, And he was like, because the whole time people flirt with me or anything at all, all I think about is you. So all day since I got sent photos, only thing in my imagination did was change itself into thinking how you'd look if you send me a pic like that. And now talking to you made it worse. I reread that because I did not fully read the conversation. This is fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Is this how you... Oh, fuck. Wow. No, I'm sorry. Like, I remembered, like, the conversation. Like, I took all the screenshots and things like that. But rereading it again, to people... Oh, God damn. And so obviously as a tease, I said, oh, are you saying others send better pics? And then I'm joking, And he said, nope, I just want yours. It's all. Can you please help me combust to you, baby? And I said, but as you mentioned, I'm a shy bottom baby, so I don't know what I should even send. And then he said, like, surprise me, I want to combust for you, baby. That's really interesting behavior. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. So yeah, that's still again like that's why I re-added the screenshot, because this screenshot that I read earlier, like the baby, can you send me some pics? I want to combust to your body today, please, my love. That's literally the next part of, like, this is literally from this conversation, this whole conversation. This screenshot is part of this whole fucking conversation after he said like, yeah, I had to, like, you know, I lost a friend after she sent me pictures of her being naked and shit. That's literally all of that. This whole conversation I just read there, this whole thing of him trying to get, like, nudes after such a serious situation is crazy. Rereading is like, well, fuck, that was weird. It is very, it is. So yeah, like I stated here, started the serious conversation at 6:15 p.m. Go sexual at 6:38 p.m. Asking for nudes in the same time frame. The way he also talks about other women, saying it's a daily thing at this point for him to reject their nudes, etc., while he actively requests them from multiple women is wild. Like 10 minutes after that, that's so baffling. That's what I'm saying. That's what I am saying. This is so fucking disgusting. For the other girls, he mostly asked through VC for them to send pictures and be sexual with them. I asked Era, and also another person that doesn't want to be mentioned, name-wise. And yeah, they both said that most of the time it happened through call. So I guess he was a bit more big brain mega mind there. But I rarely could be in calls anyway, so that's why I have a lot through text. But yeah. Still pressuring people. And most disgusting, yes. And then this is from a person that we name B, because they don't want to be, like, you know, also like their name out there. So, you know, like him sending things, like, again, like this is 5th. This is May 5th. 2023, where he was asking, so, you know, like he was still going on even after 2022. You know, so like something like rather suck pee and drink mayonnaise or get fucked in the booty hole. I'm trying to be very family friendly here. You know, so like again, just being very weird and sexual, and you will see that some things that people said, like the whole character makes no sense. That's what I'm gonna say. My favorite part now, guys. Gaslighting. Yay! Gaslighting. My favorite thing in the world. So, gaslighting. He also loves to gaslight his partners when they have male friends. Or don't... Oh, shit. Do not... Why the fuck? Do not have time for him. Here is how he did it to me. So, like, again, I have a lot of screenshots from my side. But you will see still the same patterns. You will see in every screenshot from every other person, it's the exact same thing. That's what you need to really, like, really remember when I'm reading these things. And then I tell you, oh, now there is another screenshot. You will just think it's all the same thing. He has this very specific pattern on how he basically tries to keep people to him, you know? So we were talking about something, I can't remember what it was. I think like I bought my PS5 that cost me a leg because, you know, during that time PS5s were hella expensive. And so I was like, nah, don't worry. And he was like, true, your boyfriends have your back. And I was like, what do you mean my boyfriends? And he was like, all 9 of them, you know, with an annoyed face. And I was like, what do you mean all 9, huh? He was like, shake my head, you have 9.5 boyfriends. And I was like, I do not, I only have you. And he was like, I'm gonna go cry in the shower and drown. And I was like, no, baby. Blech. And he was like, I'm just baby number 10. And I was like, no, you're number 1. He was like, sad, crying face. And I was like, I only love you, you know? And he's like, sad again. And I was like, I only love you. And he was like, I'll be the judge of that. And I'm crying face. And then he didn't reply for 10 minutes. So I was like, Jay. And he was like, yes. And I was like, I love you. And he was like, I love you too. And I was like, good, with a crying cat face. And he was like, oh, was that a conspiracy? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm onto some Spaisagi, the super sauce. And the thing is, like, the context, like, some people will see that and be like, it's not, you know, like, it's not that bad. He knows I have clinical depression. And my boundaries are always very clear. I am bad at sometimes reading through text, the tone. You know, I'm bad at reading tone through text. And if someone is very, like, strict in the way they text, I automatically assume I did something wrong. Like, at this unholy hour, hi, Imperius. And hi, Revenant Evil, hello, hello. But yeah, so I am very bad with these type of social cues, and he knows that. And I still am. If someone is way too like harsh with me in DMs, I feel like I did something wrong, you know? So like I said in the doc, I was starting medication, and he was aware that I was mentally unstable. So this put some extra pressure on me and my mental health, making me feel guilty when I would not give attention to him, especially sexual attention. And that's basically what I was talking about earlier. So we had like a call, and obviously I sent a pouty face, and he says, I'm sad. And I was like, you were mean to yourself, so you get no more of my voice. Then he says, I'm lonely and sad, and I will never be the same. And then like just a pouty emote. And then he said sad, really sad, broken and hurt, he says. And I was like, be less mean to yourself, and I'm gonna be nicer. And then he sends a broken heart. And then I said, like, see, you're being stubborn, so it won't help you. And then he was like, my baby doesn't want to talk to me. And I was like, I won't, but you're being mean to yourself. And then, like, you know, sad face. Then he was like, I'm going to cry myself to sleep now. And then, you know, like, again, he's sending a crying emote. And I was like, are you done being mean to yourself? And then he's like, you know, annoyed. And then I was like, Jay, I'm sorry. And he says sad. And then I was like, are you mad? And then he was like, at you, I could never. And see, like, the problem with him is like when he's writing, and you will see that in that's why it's relevant. When you will see the other screenshots, when he's always writing in a very like harsh tone, it means that he's either talking to someone else right now, or he's really not interested in what you have to say right now because you don't give him anything sexual. Basically. And then he was like, at you, I could never. And then I was like, I did click on the selfie, by the way. Yeah, because he was pissed that I didn't immediately comment on his selfies that are plot twist, not even him, you know. But you will see that in the Google Doc. And I was like, I did click on the selfie, by the way. And he was like, I don't believe you. I did though, with a crying face. And he was like, explain it then, you know, with like annoyed face. And I was like, how it looked like, question mark. He was like, yeah. And I was like, you were sitting, and again, that's so fucking cringe because it was not even him on those pictures. You were sitting shirtless, and I saw your cool tattoos, and you look very hot, crying cat. And he was like, maybe you did see it, annoyed face. And then I was crying cat, and then he sent a kissy face, and I was like, you're not angry, right? And then he was like, why would I be? And then I was like, I'm making sure. And then he said, I never. And then I was like, good. And then he said, I love you. And I was saying, I love you too. And again, you see like how he's like the difference and the problem here on why I felt so bad, so that you guys really, really, really understand. You see how he's way more invested when it comes to trying to get something sexual out of it, and then when you have actually something serious that you need to talk to him about, where he's just very, very, very like cold, which he has been doing to other women as well. So, you know, just being very cold. And I was always writing first, by the way, just saying, because he was saying I did not do that, but I did. So, you know, I was like, Jay, I love you, cringe as fuck. And then he said, I love you too. And I was like, I miss you. And I was like, I miss you too. And I was like, sorry for bothering you. And he was like, you're not. And I was like, okay, ... And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I am, yes. And he was like, good. Such a supportive partner, guys. Oh my God. I just realized how supportive he was. And then I said, I'm so sorry if I hurt you in any way on the day I hung up. Yeah, because literally this is how he behaved after the day I just hung up once. Wow, you know? Same, always said I neglected him and only he put in effort, which is a complete lie. So, like I said, I'm so sorry if I hurt you in any way on the day I hung up and did not call back. I did not mean to behave in a mean way. And, you know, like, he was obviously just being, like, very, like, cold and stuff. So, like, the rest of the conversation is basically the same thing as I just show here. So, really nothing, like, much change, you know? And you will just see, like, how he... oh, my God. This one that I will read now really made me so pissed for Era. When I read that, I was like, wow, that's a fucking... bitch boy behavior. But yeah, so basically he was always very like cold and not interested when you were not saying anything, you know, that would be like, oh yeah, give me some ass, give me some boobs, you know. And like I said again, like a lot of us that have been involved with him during that time where we were in a relationship with him, we were mentally not doing that well. And the fact that he is behaving that way instead of being supportive, because like I remember, guys, I need you to know, because this is my personal experience, and I can go a bit more in depth, and I have every proof, I have DMs and everything, but I posted the most important things. I remember when I had to go to a friend's place. And that's, you will see a screenshot where when I was at my friend's place, that's when he broke up with me. Because I was not giving him attention, because I needed to go to my friend's place because I was mentally at the end. Because this was before I had proper medication that was working on me. So I was at the end mentally. And I told him that I will also not be there for a bit because I will be at a friend's place, but I will still write to him and things like that. And when that got, I guess, not interesting enough for him because he had to be supportive and things like that, which he never did, not even to the other women, I'm just telling you. Then he was like, not interesting, telling you I found someone else. Literally. So this is on Era's side with the gaslighting. So Era said to Jay, that's not what why I had the thoughts. It was just when I was telling Redacted about how I was feeling. She told me that you only viewed me as a friend, and keep in mind they were together, okay? Like they were dating. Sadly, like how I dated that asshole as well. So you know, he's telling basically people that he saw most of these partners that he had as friends, or like he didn't want to go public with any relationship. And I mean, it's understandable because he was dating 3 people at the same time. So of course not gonna come out with it. So she told me that you only viewed me as a friend and that it seems like we were just friends based off things you had been confiding in her. You didn't tell me anything specific, and that's just kind of fucked up with me because someone had done something before where they act a certain way with me. Tell me everything I want to hear and then tell others that we're just friends. I know it's not something you do though. Yes, he does. I'm sorry, I had to put my little comment there. But we couldn't know. We couldn't have known. And that's why I'm so fucking angry. When I saw everyone coming out with the things that he has done, I was more than angry. I literally felt sick physically. That's how bad it is. I know it's not something you do, but it's just really fucked with me. Even though I think about it for a second, the idea of what's happening to me again is terrifying to me. I have no problem sending you pics. Redacted just telling me that fucked with my head. So this man is going around talking about very private stuffs to people, and these people then go to the person that he's talking about, and that's just so fucking wild. You don't do that. You don't do that. Especially if it's something that fucking intimate, you know? And look at the audacity of what he said. Like, sit down. Because the audacity, that made me boil. He said, Jay said, then maybe have you thought about finally keeping quiet about anything that has to do with us? It seems to really be backfiring on you. Pardon? Entschuldigung? Excuse me? What? You did not just say that. My brother in Christ, broski, my dude. You can't. You just can't. That's not very cash money of you, you know? The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So this is from the person we call B. When I found that again, I was like, what the actual fuck? I am surprised you did not fucking explode at that, because this is fucking wild. You can't. I had to take off my glasses, wipe my brow. That's how bad it was. God damn. So another person from B, like I said, Jay is asking, so what's on your mind? And B says, truly a lot, but I'm just gonna start with, what do you think happened with us? I just used to feel like things change overnight, which he did a lot again. You know, like he did that a lot where it's suddenly overnight, he's just completely different. He doesn't give a shit about you anymore. And then the audacity again, because he does that with everyone, to move too fast. Okay? So he says, I honestly think we moved really fast, then fell off, to be honest. Distance didn't help at all either. I always thought about it too, and when we'd catch up every now and again, I'd start thinking about it again. And then the person says, can I ask you about something? And he was like, what's up? And then the person was like, have I done anything to upset you or anything? I just want to make sure. And again, you see what I mean. You see what I mean when we feel guilty because of how he is so cold out of nowhere. You see how similar it is to how he was talking to me when I was asking him if I did something wrong. And these things, like 3 years ago, I didn't see those things. I didn't see those messages of other people talking to him as well, and the way he behaved towards them. But this is literally what he does constantly. Like, you know, like he did that to me, he did that to this person, he did that to the other people that sadly had something to do with him. And so the person was like, I don't know, I just want to make sure. I just feel like something been different for a bit now, and I just wanted to make sure. And then he says, no, we're literally good. No need to worry about anything, I promise. And then the person says, promise you'll let me know if not. And then he says, I promise. And again, like I said in the doc, seems familiar, no? You know, because it's literally how he was behaving towards me when I was asking him if there was a problem, you know? This is C. Like, this is now another person. So this is C getting gaslit by him. And again, sit down, because this is a wild ride. So he says, if I went and commented if we were both singles on other girls' stuff, the person says, I never meant it that way. You are taking it. When I wrote that, I wanted to make it clear I was taken. Like, you're cute, but sorry, I have someone else. I didn't think how else it would be taken. I'm sorry, but that doesn't change how I feel about you. I'm willing to message a redacted and clear that up or delete that post altogether. And Jay was like, no, don't do either. What if I apologize for being with you to someone? How would that feel? Sale pute, putain de merde. I'm sorry. I'm getting angry reading it again. I swear it's... And then the person says, I stupidly hoped that you read that and think, oh, so she considered herself taken. But obviously that's not how you took it. Even though I've been nervous, I've been trying to subtly drop hints all over Twitter that I like you and you are mine. And when redacted straight up asked, I wanted to confirm. And again, the reason why this person is saying all this is because he kept everything private. And like I said, there is a good reason for it, because he was dating multiple women at the same time. You know? And then Jay just continues, like, literally, like, ignoring everything. And just continues by saying, like, yeah, you're attractive, but I'm with someone, so I'm sorry, I can't be with you, but if this don't work, I'm all yours. And then the person says, I never meant to apologize. I want to tell her, hey, do you mind toning back the flirting? I'm happily in love with someone else, and I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. And then the person even says, like, that's not what I meant when he said, like, yeah, you're attractive, but I'm with someone, so I'm sorry, I can't be with you, but if it don't work, I'm all yours, you know, like, fucking asshole that he is. And then he says, like, how it's red, and I'm not the only one who thought that. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that thought that. Him and his many voices in his head, I don't know. It's not anyone you met, but I was bragging about you to other VTuber friend, and they even said it seems like you're into someone else. The guilt tripping, the gaslighting, the audacity. Oh putain de merde. Person says, Jay, please, I want you, only you. I am not. I am only into you. And see how, like, when I was, and that's the thing, is like, when you have male friends around that guy, he's like, he was also, and that's a screenshot I forgot to add, but I can literally add it if you guys need it for context, if you really want to see everything. But literally, there was one time when we were breaking up, and I think maybe it might even be in there, but just so that you guys understand. On Twitter, I was like, you know, like jokingly flirting. But if he would have told me to not do it anymore, I wouldn't have done it. But he took that as an excuse to break up with me. He always accused me of cheating while he's the one doing that, but you go off king slay. But so like he was literally being pissed that like he was allowed to do that, and I will literally show you a screenshot where he says that, you know, he can do that because what other people get is a role. I don't know if I added it, but I can literally add it in there as well to just show you the hypocrisy. Let me go get that screenshot because I have it. I have it, and it's hypocritical. Let me just open a random screenshot because I don't want something weird to pop up on screen, you know? I don't want you to be like, oh my god, suddenly you see booty cheeks or something. Let me just check. No, that's him asking nudes. That's no. Wait. Oh, actually, no, that's not this one. Yeah, I found one. No, that's later. Oh god. Actually, I think I should also add these ones because I need to see if they are not in there. I will add them and I will read them to you because where is that? Oh yeah. So he literally said, you know, he's literally telling people like, you know, oh, but you're flirting with this person on Twitter, blah blah blah. This is literally what he sent me, guys. This is literally what he sent me. Hey, I wanted to be clear about something though, because I don't want you to think that you're not the only one for me, or the only one I want. I'm yours, okay, all yours. You have me 100%, but my VTuber and VTuber persona is everyone's because that's my character. I just don't want you to start to hate me or think that I'm not serious about you. Jay wants you so much and only you. Jay, what I cannot pronounce, Ashmeidai, is lustful for everyone, but won't message anyone like, oh, I'm sorry, and the irony. Oh putain de merde. But I won't message anyone like I message you ever, I promise. I'll keep that stuff public, for example, streams and Twitter. Again, see how he's allowed to do that, but nobody else is allowed to do what he's doing. Even though it's his VTuber persona, okay? What we have is real. The rest of them get a character. Lies. And then I said, hey, all good, you're really, I am not the type to get jealous over what is your career. It is good that you give all the peppos the attention as your VTuber. Makes them be more interactive as well. I think it is fun. And I hope you have a lot of fun. It is important. That thought never crossed my mind, to be honest. I am not worried about that. And then he says, okay, good, because I'm yours and you're mine. It's the... This dude is odd. That's what I'm saying. And then never forget that I don't share besides your career and character, of course, but you're here are mine and I won't share. I throw up in my mouth runtime for the homies. Wait, wait. Because hi Nathan. Let me just put that here. Wait, that's not this one. I'm stupid. Boom. Up. On. Because I need to put this as, oh, the irony. Everybody wants to be my enemy. No. Pas ça. Pas ça non plus, frérot. Pas ça non plus. Pas ça. Guys. I'm gonna sugarcoat it, Pookie. That's cringe. It is cringe. It is cringe as fuck. This guy is cringe as fuck. I'm sorry. Why am I losing everything? I just... Oh, je suis con. Why the fuck do I lose shit while I just had it up? I just fucking had it up. What's wrong with me? Mm. Oh yeah, okay. Uh. Dee da do da dee da do 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 do. Ironic him to hate when people flirt on Twitter while he does that constantly. Voila. But it's at least it's in there, so you guys can like. I'm not like forgetting anything. I'm really making sure everything is in there. So, yeah, that's what we just read. You know, like showing that he's being all pissy that person C was just being a bit flirtatious under someone's tweet. Also, we have no more music, so I'm gonna put this back before you guys fall asleep. And ironically says shit to dislike me. It's funny. And this is from C still. After a bit, so he was saying, I was thinking, I think we should just be friends. I don't want to hurt you or lead you on for the week I'm gone, because I'm seriously considering quitting streaming, with the guilt tripping, of course, and sort of cutting ties with everyone. Not completely, but not talk everyday terms. Like every now and then. You're not the only person getting the cutting ties warning, don't worry. I'm sorry. This is such a bitch move. I'm really 100% done. I'm not here mentally anymore, and I'll destroy everyone around me. I don't want to do that to you the most of all. This was during July, so this is when I was dating him. So most likely an excuse to not be dating C anymore. If I heard you knowing I could have prevented it, I wouldn't live here anymore, I promise. Whoa, fuck. The guilt tripping. The moment I did that, I would mean I failed at life. You did fail, but that's a topic for another time. You'll always be my baby and the love of my life. Never forget that. There's no one who can take that place from you. I just want to protect you. I'll never date again. Because you'll forever have my heart. Note him saying, I'll never date again, July 2022, which again is rather wild knowing he was dating me and C at the same time and started dating Era while dating me in August. Also, hi Phoenix. The guilt tripping, the making you feel bad for him, saying that you are the only one to him, knowing that he was cheating on C with me, and so basically also cheating on me with C, and then also cheating on me with Era, while he was cheating on Era with me, and most likely cheating on Era with someone else. You understand how messy that is? That is crazy. This is from C, and like again, more guilt tripping, obviously. They say ... Jay says, you didn't say you loved me back, and then you said bye instead. And then the person said, I do love you, but you are being mean. That's not fair. Again, see? Like, when I was being like, yeah, you are being mean and shit like that, he's just being all like, making you feel bad. So, like, he says no. The person sends a sad emote, and then he says, you said bye. There are 7 girls in total, as far as I'm aware. Oh. My question is, how did he have so much time, brother? How did he have so much time? Where did all that time come from? And then again, like, see how he uses the same tactics on all of his exes? Like, you see this whole, like, yeah, now I'm cold. Yeah, you pissed me off. Yeah, it didn't go my way. Yeah, now I'm gonna ignore you. Now I'm gonna be cold towards you. That's literally who he is. Literally who he is. And then he continues, still from C. He says, like, if you keep calling, I'm not answering anything else tonight. Person says ... And then he says, I'm serious. I'm not in the mood. That made me feel like shit to not hear it back. And then the person says, well, it made me feel like shit that you kept teasing about the people who are going to see and flirt, even this if this is just a bromance. When all I wanted to do was talk to you and tell you how much I love you and missed you all day. You only started saying I love you after I got grumpy, and even then still kept teasing me. I don't mind your teasing, but I had a bad day and just wanted to talk to my boyfriend. I'm sorry I got grumpy. I should have said it back, but I'm upset too. And he just said, K. And the person said, fine, act that way. And I had to write this. He's such a supportive partner, as you can see. But see how, like, he's allowed to be flirty. He's allowed to talk about other people talking to him. He's allowed to do so many things. But if you do the exact same thing, you are a bad person. He was doing it to me. He was doing it to all these other people. You know. It just shows. I'm sorry, it just shows how he is. And keep in mind, again, this is the time frame where we started dating. And he was talking like this to someone else. Like, stand up and stretch. Yeah. What do you mean you smell? What do you mean by that? What's wrong with you? And then again, see, because like now this is closer to we actually started dating, him and I. And the person said, you know, like during the 19th of July, said like, should you call me pet names more often? I mean, only if you want are comfortable. You just haven't been calling me many lately, and I really like it when you do. And then he's like, maybe. And then the person is like, tell me if I'm being too needy, okay? And he was like, And the person was like, And Jay was like, And the other person was like, And then Jay was like, yes, And then the person was like, why, And before the breakup, see how he acts distant, just like how he did with me before our breakup. So this literally shows like just how much of an asshole he is. I'm sorry, there is no other word. I can't find any other word to describe this person. Like, my God. Also, I'm stupid. Let me just do something because I might miss a few things if I don't have this on because I'm a little stupid. Making sure correct. Voila. Okay, better. Continuing. Screenshot from the person that we named B. So they said, I also remember he made a big deal about wanting us to tell my cousin, another small VTuber he was friends with, about our relationship because he cared about me and slowly wanted to go public. I had told him we could go at his place because I felt like I didn't want to risk messing up the relationship I had with him, but he would constantly put it off and come up with reasons. Not to until he eventually decided we didn't need to be public because it could cause problems. I wonder why. And then the person said something very interesting. That's insane. We also had a lot of very sexually charged conversations as well. I remember being absolutely floored when he came out as asexual, considering the type of convos we had, especially when we first started talking. Which, for this one, I also think it's very sus because he's like, I'm sorry, like I see people reacting to what the conversations, and I'm like, yeah, no, I agree, it's so fucking stupid. Like, I know that there is like spectrums in asexuality and things like that, but I'm sorry, my guy, you can't just say that and be like constantly asking for nudes, pressuring women to send you nudes. They're constantly trying to make them feel bad because I want to come but I don't see you and things like that. My brother in Christ. Okay, and this is the thing I was talking about. You know, when I went to see a friend, I could not call him every day, but I still messaged him. This was not good enough, of course, so he decided to break up with me because, and I quote, he found someone else, which means literally what it means, guys. He was already interested in someone while we were dating, which is him admitting to cheating. And I did not notice that back in 2022, and I think this is crazy. So, on the 26th of August, he is writing to me saying, hey, can we talk when you wake up tomorrow? Hi, I was with someone else. Oh my god, hi, Era. Oh my god. Hi, bestie. I say, sure. And then Jay says, oh, we can talk now. It's up to you. Remember how we promised if we found someone closer to us and whatnot? And I was like, I remember, yes. And then he says, I found someone I really like and wanted to make sure I told you and didn't want to keep it from you. And I was like, I knew it. And he's like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, then, well, that is good for you. Have fun, you know? Because I was like, what the fuck do you want me to say? You know, like, this is so fucking, you know, what did you want me to say? This is him literally telling me that he was cheating on me. 26th of August is when we broke up. He was dating another person way before the day. He told me he was breaking up with me, and the proof is here. They were already together on the 5th, like during the 15th, even earlier and things like that. So imagine, like, if you know, let's say, like, I don't know, they were dating on the 10th or something like that, and he only broke up with me on the 26th of August. Like, you know, that's so fucking disgusting. And I'm also laughing a lot because that's a nervous laugh. If I don't nervous laugh, I will explode. And not being very nice, let's say, like that. So, you know, like, it literally shows, like, you know, because they were calling each other babe, and, you know, being like him saying like, oh, you're so cute, and Era saying that they want to cuddle and kiss. And then Era also asked on the 22nd, because, and it was not even about me, so keep in mind that during the time he was still dating C, dating me, and dating Era. Oh my god. So Era said, that reminds me, are you and Redacted still together, or I'm just curious. Redacted is C in that case. And Jay says, I'm actually ending things this weekend. I think she sort of knows, because she's saying things like, no matter what happens, I will always be your friend. Ironic. It was the month prior. Oh my god, that's even worse. It's even worse. Oh yeah, it is. The 7th. Oh yeah, that was, but he still was, because it was the 22nd, which the 19th, if I remember correctly, is when he dated me on the 19th of July. So it still means that he was dating C, dating me. This gives me a headache just thinking about that, you know what I mean? And then this is another, like, this is C telling us when they were dating. I was talking to him May to July. Again, July is when I then started to date that asshole. To July, August of 2022. I can't say how long we were together because that man was hot and cold every 2 seconds. Also, I found out he was dating someone else before during me anyway, but I found that out a year later. Even planned to break up with Era too. How hard can it be to break up with people before actually starting to date someone else? No, because he just wanted to... I'm sorry, but this is how I see it. I'm not a therapist or a psychologist and things like that, but I think he just really wanted to feel like everybody is simping for him and that he can get whatever woman he wants and things like that. Because, like I said, there will be worse. Chat, there will be worse. Like, this is already bad, but there is gonna be worse. And this is B. They were like together during the month of April 2022. So as you can see here on the 21st of April, you know, like they were just like having calls and things like that. And I wanted to put a little irony because this is such a charged document. The little irony is that when he tweeted saying like, I believe in this community, nothing should go past friends. I mean, it's just my personal opinion. I've seen some really cute couples here, and that's great for them. I'm happy for them, and I love it for them. I personally just want to have fun, meet people, and play games. No hate towards the couples who met VTubing, as I said. I love it for you. Keep doing you and be happy. The couples who met before VTubing, same thing. Be happy. I'm just speaking for myself. Oh, mon petit. Oh, my little schnooky puffel. Or however, whatever word the Germans will use. The irony in this tweet, when you know what he's doing. I think I lost a few wrinkles in my brain. That's how bad it is. And then, guys, before we go into him catfishing, let me see if I have some more context on my experience. Whoop-la! This is nothing. This was just Eric getting in contact with me. that's him again being somehow cringe, saying like, if we lived around, we'd be a thing 100%. And I was like, yeah, that's nice of you to say. This was still in August. No, July, actually. Sorry, July. And then he was like, that's from my heart. I'm not just saying it. I love your vibe and you're gorgeous. But they're not to pursue. If only we lived closer, those guys out there are missing out. And I was like, stop, you're being too kind. And I was like, nah, I'm sure they do not. Or it's just my brain telling me that. I don't know. And he's like, I'd love to show you off for real. I'd be so honored. Petit. Sorry. Oh my god. And this, guys, this is just to show you, like, how he was talking to me while he was still with someone else. He was like, you're adorable. If we lived closer, we could have a full-blown successful romance. I can feel it. I'm scared of distance, so I'll try to get a work visa or a school visa or both and come to you. I'll close the distance just so we can try way further than this. And I was like, I would love that. No, I wouldn't. I'm just saying. As I said, my goal is to live in Canada because I hate Germany. Oh god, that was an old goal of mine for real. So that is 100% sure that I go live in Canada. I lied. I don't live in Canada, guys. I'm just saying. And I move up there to you. And I was like, yay. And then he was like, I'm serious. Also, this is how another pressuring screenshot of him being like, this would be me, you know, when she sent a titty pic without you ask. You know, like a subtle way of trying to get some sexual images, of course. This is in the doc. Okay, and this is more gaslighting on his side. This is more gaslighting on his side. This was I said like, I love you a lot, and then he was like, do you? And I was like, I really do, Jay. And then he was like, I just feel like an afterthought right now. And I was like, no, you're not. I thought of you every day, but I thought you were busy, and my brain is not used of being overly attached to someone, so it sometimes go in, but what if they do not love you mode. And then Jay said, but I said I did, then I didn't want to reach out to annoy you because I was the last text, which again, wow, oh, so supportive. And I was saying, you never annoy me, write me, spam me, do whatever you want, really. And then he was like, and I was like, really, Jay? And then a bit later I said, now I feel bad. I don't want you to think that you are not important and stuff because I really love you. And then he was like, I don't feel bad. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking too much, you know? So you just see, again, like these are just a few examples on like how he was, you know, on how he was being like gaslighting. And this is more like just examples, you know, that I was like, it's not really relevant to put it in the doc because we basically got the idea, but since it's my stream and I kind of really want to go in depth, I'm just showing it to you as well, guys. So I was like, yeah, you don't believe me? And then it was like, I do. And I was like, okay, good. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, are you angry? And he was like, no, why would I be? And I was like, because I did not talk to you in a while and made you feel bad. And then August 6th, he was saying like, it's okay. And then I fell asleep, obviously. Then I said, Jay, hello. He was like, hello. I was like, how are you? I guess you're still mad at me, I asked later. And he was like, I'm good. And you? I'm not mad. But you see, like, really this cold, you know. God. And then I was like, it's okay though, I understand really. I'm used to people being mad at me. When I enter bad brain days, I get that people may lose patience with me. I'm sorry, really. I did not mean to make you feel bad or make you feel like I did something bad. And then I wrote later because my guy just didn't want to talk because serious talks is not made for him, it seems. And I was like, it would help me if you told me all you have in mind about me right now so I can better myself. And I will also explain to you how I sometimes work brain-wise so that there is no misunderstanding. And then he said, no, I'm not mad though, we're okay. And then I was like, Jay, please tell me. And then he was like, there is nothing wrong. And then I said, I have the feeling I broke your trust or something. And he was like, you didn't, there's absolutely nothing wrong. You see how he's really, he deflects the issues. He doesn't want to go into detail because that's too tiring. He just wants booty, titties, and whatever the fuck is not speaking, basically. And then I was like, then why do you seem like so, I don't know, cold? I need to get told the things of how stuff is right now or else I will overthink. And it was like, I'm just nervous because what if one day it's not 2 days but forever? And I was like, I would never leave with no valid reason. People around me are used to me not talking for a few days because of my mood swings. And it was very severe at that time. That, like I said, during that time, I was not on proper medication. So that's more personal. But since it's my experience with him, I'm just telling a bit more. And a lot of people, and that is the first thing I always told people back then, that there will be days where I do not feel like talking because my brain is literally not working how it is supposed to work. And so I told him that, and then I was talking to people when I'm like that, so I do not hurt them unintentionally. I would hate myself if I hurt you. Happened yesterday with my friend and instantly regretted it. So please understand that yes, I may post stuffs online and all, but when it comes to talking to people, I may distance myself a bit to not hurt anyone. I know I can be a huge asshole when my mood is bad, so I prefer suffering in silence by myself for real. And then he said, like, everyone has mood swings, and if we move together, you can just ignore me. I gotta help you with it. Oh, only time where he actually said something a bit relevant, you know? But again, like, this whole thing of him just being, like, so cold, everyone has mood swings, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I know I am better at controlling my shit mood, but I'm always scared that I may be mega rude. Look, I already made you have doubts and all because of my shit behavior. This was not intended. And he was like, you're okay? And I was like, this is why I always tell people, are you sure you want to be friends? Because I know it's hard to handle me sometimes. So if one day you, like, do find someone that is better, like, I wouldn't be mad at you. And he was like, it's okay, I promise. And I was just saying, like, I just feel bad because you do not deserve such treatment. I don't know about that, girly. And then he said, like, it's okay, I swear. And then I said, for me, it is not, though. And then he said, everything is good, I promise. And I was like, sorry again. And then he said, like, I'm not mad at you. But the way you see how... And that's not just with me. We saw in the other screenshots, like, people around you got insecure because of how you are just so fucking cold. How you were so fucking cold towards us when we were not feeling like you were supporting us. So obviously these people and me, I will not talk for everyone, but as far as I saw, we were trying to, like, reach out to be, like, you know, understanding of you. We always put the blame on us and you never put the blame on you. So we were always the ones feeling bad. We were the ones being like, yeah, you know, oh, I'm sorry if I fucked up. I'm sorry if I. And it was never him being sorry for him being that cold, for him being an asshole, for him gaslighting, for him being, like, trying to keep us away from our friends, you know, like that. He is allowed to do all that shit. He's allowed to flirt on Twitter. He's allowed to do all that bullshit. But the moment we would do that because our VTuber character or blah, 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 or whatever, you know, or being friends, blah, 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 then he's not okay with it, you know? But that's also, this is for the end of the conversation. When we broke up, he said, like, Usagi, please let's not argue or fight about this. I wouldn't do this to you. See it from my... Again, look, please understand just how fucking manipulative and how it's never his fault. He literally says, see it from my standpoint. We barely talked anymore. 3 to 5 minutes a day is the most we talk. That's not how it's supposed to work. It was supposed to be a thing. I still really want to be in your life as close friends that I can talk about anything with each other. But that's not what you want, I understand. And I was like, I said nothing to fight. I just say that it's good for you. But see, again, this, like, see it from my standpoint. We barely talk. Like, his standpoint. Not me or things like that. It's, I have to feel bad because I didn't give that big baby what he wanted, you know? Sorry, I got a bit mad there, but it's literally what he's doing there. And now we're gonna come to the catfishing. So for this one, I need you guys to believe, because we obviously cannot show pictures, okay? For obvious reasons. I am not Dovelov, I am not doxing people. So, especially if it's not him on the pictures, which I got confirmation from Era. So, there will be no doxing, there will be no names, there will be no pictures of the people. So you gotta have to believe. If you don't want to believe that, I mean, the whole rest is already catastrophical. They always made you out to be the creepy older lady preying on younger men to me. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that because he's my age. He is my age. Era, he is my age. He can't say that. No. What do you mean? I am the first woman to say if you are under 25, you are a baby. But when we were dating, and you will see that he was lying about his age, but you guys will see. This is crazy, Era. You just telling me that is crazy. Interesting fella that I wish to never meet. No, don't give him any support. Don't, you know. uh, but yeah, no, that's actually wow. I am not baby. I am baby. You are baby. But so he was catfishing me and multiple women by sending pictures of allegedly his cousin. I'm 23. I'm no baby. It's okay. Your frontal lobe is not fully developed yet. We accept you for who you are, though. So basically, he admitted to it that who he was showing is not him. So Era said, "You have to understand, Jay, this situation is terrifying for me. You've seen literally every single part of me, and I'm apparently seeing nothing. It is such a huge lie," because he was catfishing. And Jay says, "I understand. I'm not downplaying it. I'm taking full responsibility. I honestly here right now taking full responsibility for my actions." Wow. He sounds like a dad that just said like, "Oh yeah, I got the milk. Now I can take care of my son. Oh, he's 25 now. He doesn't need a father anymore. It's okay. Don't worry about that." And then he says like, "I'm sorry, I'm not your type." And Era says, "I told you I don't care what you look like. You're the most attractive man in the world to me." Era, I'm sorry, you have bad taste like that. And so these are the pics he sent to me. I censored for obvious reasons, especially if that really is his cousin. And so I sent them to Era, and Era telling me that's not him. That this person is not him. So, you know, like you have the cheating, you have the manipulation, you have the gaslighting, you have the catfishing, but you know what else he did, chat? Lying about his age. Ooh, I should be credited for this goddamn transition I made there. So now this is even worse. For some reason he was lying about his age for no valid reason. Especially if hopefully he was only flirting with adults. I hope so. I hope I don't hear that he went for minors, because that would be crazy. So he told me he was he told me in 2022 he was 22. And you can see here on July 20th, 2022, he said, "Yeah, I'm 22. Is that bad? Not into younger guys? I can be whatever age you want me to be." And I was like, as long as you're not below 20, you're good. Because I was 24. So there I was still okay with guys like being under 25, as long as they were like not under 20, like I said, you know? Now I'm older, so now if you are below 25, I'm like, girl, I'm too old for you, girl. And so I was 24 during that time. In reality, he is 29 years old as of today, 2025. That would have made him 26 in 2022. And that's why I was laughing, guys, because when Era said I'm the creepy old lady that creeps on younger guys, knowing that he was 26 in 2022 is crazy to me. What do you mean? Wow. We can't hold hands. Oh, we can't. Like, how are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. How about you, Hades? So, and keep in mind again that he told Era he was 24, while he told me he was 22. So that is his biggest headache. And I asked Era, he was telling you he was 22 or younger when you started dating. And then Era told me he was 24. I was 20. Low grade fever, but chilling in bed. Make sure you take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. So he was 26. He was 26, while Era was then 20 during that time. Again, we do not understand why he was lying about his age. We were all adults, hopefully only adults. This just shows that he likes to lie to get his way. And that's basically the end of this whole documentation. Guys. And now there is one thing that he said, and I hope, again, that he's not lying about that. Because if he's lying about that, with the fundraiser that is going on right now, that would be fucking disgusting. So I hope, that is just me taking it with a grain of salt. But that does not mean it is true, okay, guys? What I'm saying is just my feeling, but that does not mean it is true, okay? So again, what did I miss? You can go check the VOD afterwards, don't worry. So I see that there is a whole GoFundMe going on, because he said to Era that he has a skin cancer. But on the on the GoFundMe, it says he has liver cancer. Again, I hope he does not have any of those. And I hope he's not lying. But I would not be surprised if that was a lie as well. Again, this is my own feeling. This is not a truth. And like I said, I hope he does not have any of those, or if he has, that he gets out of it. Because we do not wish anything bad on anyone, even if they are assholes. But I would suggest you guys be a bit careful. And that with how he's lying constantly, to wait and see. I know nobody owes anyone a medical record. That's not what I'm saying. But with all these lies, it would be best to wait and see if it's really a thing. And again, nobody should owe the internet, especially, okay? Nobody on the internet, you shouldn't feel like you owe the internet anything. And if he doesn't want to show it, that's on him. I don't care. I'm not going to be like, oh, but you have to show it because I don't believe it, blah, blah, blah. This is just my personal feeling. And again, I hope there is no lie behind that. And if he would owe something to us, to the people that he basically abused, it would be an apology. I would not accept it. I will not forgive him. I don't know about the others, but I personally am not going to forgive someone like that. Especially lying for so many things that also make no sense. Like, why do you lie about your age when you were going for adults? Even though, I will not lie to you, he is, and I have proof of it, he is a bit into the whole lollybait. And he had a character that was quote-unquote his daughter. And knowing he is into lollybait makes it very weird to me. But that's again one of my personal feelings. And yes, if you guys have anything you want to add or anything, just let me know. We will end the stream here because it was really just for that. I will upload it on YouTube, so you guys can always have it if needed. And again, do not harass anyone that has anything to do with him. Like I said, there is a person that made a crowdfunding for him. Do not harass that person. I am sure they also did not know how much of a manipulator he is. Because that's what manipulators do, okay? So do not go hate on anyone that is associated to him, okay? Especially my community. I know you are way better than this. I know you are, because that's how I raised you. Mama raised you right. Mama raised you in a way that you will not go harass anyone. And also, respect to everyone trying to be a good friend and help him with treatments, to be honest. Yes. That's why I'm saying, do not hate on anyone that tries to be good. Okay? If you need to hate someone, you can hate him. You can hate him towards me and my DMs or things like that, but do not go ham, do not go public, do not be like, oh, like he needs to be I don't know, like death threats, blah blah blah, shit like that. We ain't liking that here, okay? We don't do that. People will learn from the things, and I hope he learns from that, because this has been very tiring, just bad overall. I'm pretty sure it has been weighing on a lot of people. The fact that it still has been weighing on the people that also came forward and are in this document, it just shows how much impact this had on them, and me as well. When I reread that, I was feeling disgusted, especially learning all of these things that I learned that I didn't know before. And we cannot allow other women to be victim from that, because we saw that already way too often in the VTubing community. And yeah, so they deleted, like he deleted his Twitter. So you guys don't need to go look up anything, blah, blah, blah. it is out there. And if you just leave people like that in the shadow realm, that's the best thing we can do. So yeah, I hope you're gonna all have a good day, night. And if you are interested in more things, we normally do art, we normally play games. I will slowly come back, but you will not see this model for long because I am switching my model. And I hope you will like the new things that I come up with, because the more I use my Usagi model, as much as I love her, the amount of time that poor character that I created has been abused, because I am Usagi, you know? She has been abused to levels where I feel it is time to put her out of her misery. And you guys will think it is stupid, but I have deep connections to my characters and my models. And I really think I should put her out of her misery now. So she will be there still a bit. So I will be there still as Usagi, maybe once a week until I get my new self. And until then, I hope you're going to be excited. I will try to be back either this Friday or next week, as we usually do. Especially after all this long time. And I hope to see you guys next time. Stay safe. Don't go harass anyone. And I shall see you all either Friday or next week, okay? Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Make sure you eat. Make sure you sleep. And I am out for today. Thank you for having taken your time to either read the document or listening to this. And